Welcome back to Focus on Arts. I'm Patrick Van Slyke. I'm your host. Thank you so much for joining us. Today we have a recurring guest, my friend Judit Arguetta. Judy, thank you so much for being here again.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Okay,
Thanks.
well, once again, it is about that time for school to start. And as everybody knows, Judy and I go to school together at Cal State LA in the TV and film production. And you're a senior this year, correct?
Yes.
As am I. So are you graduating in spring?
Yes, I am.
Is that?
Hopefully.
Are you?
I hope I am.
Yes. Are you planning on walking, or are you just going to?
Yes, I'm planning on walking.
Oh, okay. All right. Are you excited?
Very.
Yeah?
Yeah, very.
Now, let me ask you, because everybody says yes to this, but nobody ever does it. Well, not nobody, but are you thinking about going into like the MA or the MFA program?
At the moment, no.
Okay.
I think it just depends on what comes after I graduate. If I have a good opportunity to work at a good studio or, anything pre-production wise.
Oh, yeah.
It just depends, I think, how lucky I get once I step off, the stage pretty much.
The stage, yes,
so,
absolutely.
I would consider it.
Yeah.
But at the moment, I'm kind of just wiped out from school. And
I know what you mean.
Trying to just get my feet in the industry there.
Yeah. So what are you doing to get your feet into the industry? Have you done anything yet?
Actually, one of my friends, he does his own productions, and he's a independent filmmaker pretty much.
Sure.
So he has his own upcoming studios and everything going on. So he actually works with me. Well, he used to work with me at the restaurant that I work at.
Oh, okay.
Now, so he actually, told me to come and check it out, and because I'm used to the multicam and used to like studio production, but not actually like film production.
Right.
So, eventually I want to get into film production.
Okay.
So I asked him if I could help him whenever he's doing a short or anything, So actually after this last quarter, spring quarter, he asked me to help him out. So I was pretty much just there to kind of also get hours in so I could put in my resume.
Oh, yeah.
So it was a good experience. It was 3 long days.
Oh,
it was like about 14 hours each day.
Oh, wow.
So it was very, very long.
Oh, yeah.
But it was very interesting because I got to see the process of how, they got their actors.
Right.
Pretty much I was like his assistant, so it was neat to like be by his side, see how he controls the situation.
Now, was he the producer or the director?
He was the director.
He was the director.
Yeah, he was the director. So it was very, very neat to be able to experience that. And met, a lot of people there too as well, actors,
so
makeup
important.
artists. The cinematographer, which was very interesting watching him, handle everything and coordinate everything.
That's a great job.
It was very, very interesting.
Yeah.
I was very privileged to be able to help him out.
And very a learning experience.
Definitely.
Because it's one thing to say, okay, this is what a DP does, this is what AD does, but it's really different to see it out in the field.
Yeah, and it's very different compared to, a multicam compared to a single cam.
Right.
So, I've transferring out from Pasadena City College, you're used to kind of like the studio production, pre-production, and with more than one camera.
Right.
And, it was very different to see, how things, it's a lot much slower.
Oh, yes.
When it comes to filming than, if you're in a sitcom or, broadcasting or anything like that.
Right.
So it was very different, but a good different.
It is. It really is. And one thing, you had Beaupre, right?
Yes.
I think
we had classes.
Right. One of the things that I always thought that was really interesting, because he's broadcast.
Yes.
And remember how his class was so fast-paced? It was always total chaos. But I told somebody that is how it is.
Yes.
In TV. Yes. It's just like controlled chaos.
Yes.
It's constant movement.
Yeah.
Whereas with film, you do get to be a lot, I mean, it's still very time driven, but you do get to be a lot more careful with your blocking and your shots and doing over, you know, and over and over again to get the correct shots. Do you know what kind of camera you were working with when you were working with you?
I don't actually.
Okay.
Like, I mean, he's told me, but it was, you know, new, and I was just so, you know, fond of everything. I was so surprised, and I mean, it was great. I mean, he recently just told me he's gonna work on another short. Probably the next month, so I'm gonna go ahead and help him with that as well this time.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, it's good knowing, so I don't feel so pressured.
Right.
Simply because, I mean, I don't know much about film. I know more about TV because of, you know, the multicam.
Right.
So it's good to kind of have it not so pressured.
Yeah,
you could say,
and
when it comes to him.
And to get into the thing that you're really interested in.
So. I mean, eventually I want to get into film.
Right.
So right now, like, my interest is TV, but eventually I want to get into film as well.
I see what you're saying. Okay, so your hope is to get out of college and then maybe do something in the TV industry while you're kind of building a career in film on the side.
Yes.
That's a great idea.
Yes.
That's really smart. So if you did tell me, I forgot. Did you say that you had an in with one of the studios, or?
Well, he has his own. It's Creative Directing Studios.
Okay.
Or production.
Okay.
So, well, I don't know if he wants that out there, but
yeah, that's all right. I'll blur it out.
Like, beep.
Right.
But yeah, so he's pretty much built himself his way up there. So that's his own work, his own money.
Right.
Going into that, he has his own friend. I mean, he knows his friends that are, you know, in that industry. So the cinematographer was his friend.
Right.
The video graphics and design was his friend as well.
Yeah.
So they all contribute together, and they kind of all have like a share in the for the productions and stuff like that. So I mean, it's really good. It's really interesting to see how, you know, if you put your mind and heart in it, you could achieve, you know, even if you're starting from the bottom, scraps pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to take a while.
It is.
to build up. But
it's funny because I just had a teacher. For some unknown godly reason, I took a bunch of classes during the summer, which is stupid. I'm half dead right now, but no, it wasn't stupid. I don't mind. But my teacher was, film is collaboration. That's what he says constantly. Film is collaboration. You cannot do film by yourself. You have to have, you know, you have to collaborate if you want something special. So when you get out of school and you're sort of looking into the TV segment, do you have an idea of how to get, of how you're going to approach moving towards those studios? Or?
Well, I wanted to take internships during the quarters.
Right.
Because I know Cal State LA does have their board, their, you know, TV program board, where they update and, you know, keep people posted on opportunities to actually have the approach to be in the internships and have a chance and kind of, you know, test the waters there.
Right.
So I'm hoping to do that during these next 3 quarters.
Okay.
So I could kind of get into the industry, or get, you know, some kind of feedback from people, or try to get to know people. Yeah. And then again, trying to, you know, collaborate with other people, whether it's screenwriting or, you know, people they're trying to do makeup, or, you know, actors and actresses, just like things like that, to kind of help kind of have a better understanding of what I'm getting myself into and how to approach it, and how to reach out to them as well.
What do you suppose that when you say, you know, this is, and of course this can change. I mean, we never know what we're going to really love, and probably until we usually get to it. But if again, the genie in the bottle, where would you put yourself as far as TV, film, what you want to do, what you want to make your living at?
Well, I have an interest in sports.
Okay.
I like UFC.
Okay.
So I like UFC, you know, I like, you know, watching baseball games, and I mean, some basketball games.
Yeah.
Soccer, you know, so I mean, eventually that would be nice to kind of be camera operating with that and when it comes to sports.
Oh, yeah.
I also like sitcoms, so I like, you know, humorous shows, you know, that, you know, can make people laugh, or even, I mean, soap operas. The other day I was just watching Days of Our Lives. I was like, it's still on. I was like, I'm surprised the show is still on, you know?
How many days are there?
Yeah, I know, exactly. So yeah, things like that. I mean, for the most part, anything in TV, really, pre-production and production-wise is what interests me.
Do you see yourself more as physical, hands-on, you know, directing, rather than writing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I did take an intro to screenplay or screenwriting last quarter or 2 quarters ago. So it was interesting. It was good. I'm actually going to take the intermediate screenwriting this upcoming fall.
I am as well.
Oh,
right.
okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to be having class together.
Yes.
So I took an interest on it. I mean, at first I was a little, you know, worried because I've never done it before. And
right.
It was a lot harder than I thought.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I ended up getting good feedback from my teacher and a couple of other teachers, and so decided to kind of pursue that.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, that's what. If I had my choice, it would be to just, you know, turn out a couple of screenplays a year, and let everybody else do all of the other stuff.
Yeah.
You know, because I've done a lot of camera work, you know, here and in other places, and you know, some people just have an eye for it. Some people have the hands for it. You know, because you also have to have steady hands. You know, you have to have the eye for it, and I just think that other people are more capable in those aspects than I am, whereas writing is simple for me. You know, somebody tell me a phrase and I can have a story written about by the end of the day. So you see yourself as camera or director? And
so camera operations or pre-production, stuff that like hands-on stuff.
Right, right. You should approach NASCAR. I got some work with NASCAR. It was very interesting. I mean, you have to start low, you know, but then work your way up. And the nice thing about it is they only come through like 5 times a year. So, you know, you're an actual employee, but you only work when they come through and if you have the time. So that would be something to get into. So have you done anything fun this summer, or you just straight worked?
Just straight working. Yeah, trying to work my way out, because then when school starts again, it's like back to school and not really having time to work.
Right. Will you still work during school, or
yeah, I still work during school.
Yeah.
So, but it's not as much.
Right.
So, and sometimes I have to give shifts away or something.
Yeah, and if you get an internship, then it's
then it's like definitely hardly any time.
Right. Okay. Well, Judith, thank you so much for being here again. It's always so awesome to have you on. You're just one of my favorite people. So I hope someday we get to collaborate on something. That would be totally cool.
Exactly.
So, but thank you once again for being here. You're a real sweetheart.
Thank you.
And I'm sure we'll have you back on again soon.
Thanks.
All right. And we'd also like to thank you guys for joining us once again. Focus on Arts. I am your host, Patrick Van Slyke. Until next time, be safe. Thanks so much. Take care. And then we'll do Stephen, and then the quiet reflections with Dirk, and then we're done.
Good looking, I tell you. Oh, thank you.
She is. She's beautiful. She's the only one from school I invited.
Thank you, Ken.
Wow.
Thank you kindly.
Thank you kindly, kind sir. Ma'am, I'm a lady.
All right.
Okay.
And
you're a lady too, except just a very manly one.
Thank you.
Always a very feminine male. One of the. Here we go.
This is Focus on Arts featuring Judith. Take one.
I like that handmade.
Yeah. We have a clapper somewhere. It's just like, why?
Oh, I didn't even check my teeth here. Good. Okay, we're solid. You know, I can't be having like crusty teeth or something. Something's
you
like
know
in
what?
the middle there.
That's totally on camera. I'm going to totally use that.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Okay, girls.
All right. Okay.
Oh my gosh, it's so hot. I'm dying here.
Oh, you poor thing.
I was like, oh my gosh, I hope they cannot tell.
I think that the air conditioner must have gone off.
Yeah,
so-
because they got really warm, really quick. And these lights are not helping. So
No,
I'm
no,
like, oh my gosh.
No, they're not.
I was like, we're gonna have to redo.
Redo. No.
Re-poo.
Everything
What?
will be
Don't
fine.
re-poo.
Everything will be just fine.
You got 30